Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hammond High School up here in Columbia, Maryland. What an absolute beautiful night to play soccer. Many of you have been with us throughout the week on other games. Some of you were with us at MSI's first game last week, a sounding thumping of our rival Montgomery County. So tonight, they've got an excellent game coming with Hybrid Football Club. Hybrid's typically in the bottom 2 or 3 of the division. MSI is typically in the top 1 or 2, but things change season to season for sure. So we're excited to see what's happening, but it's an absolute perfect night to play. We have a newer turf field, well marked, so everything is ready to go. Let us introduce our high-level referee and crew for you tonight. We have high-level regional on his way to the pros and MLS, hopefully in the next year or so. Zach F. as your center referee. Christian R. will be the AR1 on this side with the teams. Sarav will be on the far side, and here in the middle to try to keep the peace will be Rosalino. So we wish those guys well, but it's a high-level crew. Join us for the national anthem. All right, we are almost ready to go. We also like to introduce the coaching staff through tonight. So for the home hybrid team, the administrator, Kalisha Bashir, and the coaching staff is Naim Bashir and Bruno Tejo. And for Montgomery County, Nasim Abuchi, who will not be able to join them tonight. Jason Carcamo will be at the reins, and Edward Brown will be the goalkeeper coach, president and founder of Academy One Goalkeeping, one of the most renowned goalkeeping academies in the country. We are excited for what's ahead. MSI came out just absolutely firing last week, had a goal in the first 90 seconds, had another one by the 4-minute mark, and a third one by the 8-minute mark, and never really slowed down. They pulled back the reins a little bit in the second half, but the subs that came in looked just as strong, eager to go. They were only sending 3 and 4 guys forward instead of 7, 8, and 9. So they did not notch another goal, but it certainly looked like at any moment they could flick the switch and put 2, 3, 4 more. Montgomery County had a valiant effort, played hard, played well, but really just outmanned by the skill and precision of this MSI team. So Hybrid would like to really get going on their season. Getting any points here at home against this MSI squad would be a really good feat for them. So they're looking forward to come out hot and really want to make sure that they defend well from the beginning. MSI will have the initial kickoff. MSI nice and easy to see for you, left to right, in the yellow shirts with the white shorts and the white socks. Hybrid working right to left, green, white, and green. And we are off. Just about 4 minutes past scheduled start time. MSI is in their traditional 3-5-2. Hybrid looks like they're coming out in a 4-4-2. Certainly will transition offense to defense. Looking up over the top. Yusufa will be in goal. Trying to play back to him, got a little hairy there. He did a good job to knock that out. Looked like a little miscommunication in the back. Starting goalkeeper Gonzo for MSI took an unfortunate knock late in the game last week, fracture in his nose. Hopes to be back in the next 1 to 2 weeks. But Yusufa has been with this MSI team. He had the big start in the Open Cup match against Virginia Dream last year. So well-seasoned, well-experienced, so strong, so athletic, communicates well. MSI doesn't lose a beat when they go from 1 to 1A in their keeper pool. Yusufa came in last week and finished out the last 10-15 minutes, looked good. Both keepers for MSI will be asked to play a lot with their feet. You already see it. Yusuf has a couple of touches on his feet already. They truly implement the sweeper-keeper philosophy. Again, so many times keepers will actually lead teams in touches even in the game where they win. If your keeper is touching the ball 5-1 with their feet versus their hands, then your team's doing pretty well. If you have a game where your keeper's only playing the ball on saves, that's probably a long night. Ball played up, definitely looked like it was going to be an offside position. So they come back. Again, you see this MSI team, they are in their 3-5-2, but it really, a lot of the time, looks like they're playing 4 forwards. They will really attack. Ilias, number 2 on the far, playing the left back, was without a doubt the most attacking player last week, the most dangerous, did the most damage against Montgomery County from his left back position. Hybrid streaking down, nice little tap at the last minute for Nicholas Alt. Was able to get it back, and ball was collected by the keeper. Plays it out. That's Simon Amato there in the middle. He is without a doubt the quarterback, center fielder, driver, leader of this team from his center defensive position. MSI's into the attack. Right now only going forward with 3. They've got a 3-on-4 situation. Katim Njai tries to get around. Nice piece of defending there by Hybrid. Hybrid will slow it down. They're not in any rush. Don't want to force it. Want to go as a team with numbers. Little confrontation there in the middle. Well played by Randy Salvador. Number 8, going to be the center general here for this Hybrid team. Looked really good on the ball, strong and not of the largest stature, but neither is Amato in the back for MSI, and we recorded him with 13 head balls won last week. Standing all of about, he'll probably tell you he's 5'9", we have him about 5'7". List plays out, there's an overlap available, they're cutting in, Hybrid's looking back. Again, they're showing a lot of patience, they want to go with numbers. They had 6 going forward, ball was deflected, didn't go out. Asrus was on it there for MSI. They win the throw-in. Big Nicholas Alt takes the throw-in, plays it across. We believe that's Thomas Martini there in the middle, on the ball now. You could see, folks, these white numbers on yellow jerseys were not the smartest creation in the world. Really tough to pick up. Our 6 looks like an 8 in the middle, but they don't have an 8, so we're going that's 6. But Coach Desa told us that Martini in one of the center midfield positions was really going to be key, and he's already been on the ball. Also, not a giant of stature, but such a strong, skilled player will really make a difference for them there in the midfield throughout this season, and they're hoping tonight. Ball stays in. Down the flank. Amato's going to try to usher it out. A little bit of hugging and hand-holding going on there. No calls, no concerns, says the referee, and goal kick coming out. And you will see MSI play so confidently out of the back on set pieces as well as through the run of play. And just like that, get it up a nice little shoulder pass. We saw several of those last week. Down, flag stays down. And Zai's on it, has a shot. Oh, we have a goal. We have the first goal of the night. Less than 7 minutes in. 5 minutes longer than it took them last week, but a great finish for NJ. Got a fantastic ball right off the training ground, folks. That ball was a goal kick, played short. Amato played it up into the middle. We had a chest shoulder pass out wide, one touch down the line. NJ was in behind the defense, flag stays down for onside, banged it home far post. Another dream start for MSI. They are considered to be the stronger squad. They're predicted to finish in the top 2 of the division. Hybrids predicted to finish in the bottom 2, but those are the games that are scary. And so often if the team takes them lightly, it'll be a game that you find yourself really working much harder at the end than you think you should have or would have. So exactly the start that MSI wanted, that Hybrid did not want. Hybrid does not want to fall behind and be chasing. Montgomery County found themselves in that boat, down 3 by this point last week, and it made it an impossible hill to climb. MSI will knock it around. Again, using the keeper, playing it out wide. Nice and easy, in and out, they're going to go. When you have a keeper whose feet you're comfortable playing, even in stress and distress, it is just such an advantage. It's really like having an extra player on the field. So Hybrid's looking to notch this and get back even, gets a shot off, got blocked. This MSI defensive squad, so good at blocking shots. Again, they only play 3 defenders, but in defense, they have 3-4 midfielders. Katim looking, that might have been a little bit of a wanting, hoping ball. Looked like he had a runner down the middle. Instead, he looked for Ilias for about a 60-yard ball. In the end, they do win it. And we'll have the throw in. When he first hit it, it kind of looked like it was going for naught, but MSI does win it. Fantastic long throw by Ilias. This is a good-sized field. We're another 5 yards on either side from the football field, so about 60 in width. Ilias just threw that well over past the center mark of the field, so about 30, 35 yards in the air. Nobody on the back post. MSI will probably correct that. They know that long throw is coming. They're normally pretty good at having somebody there waiting. MSI putting pressure on them. Francis Meyer with the touch there for MSI and it going out. Meyer had an excellent game from the center midfield position. Nice through ball. Oh, goalkeeper out 40 yards from his goal. Confidently, patiently just corrals it and gets it outside for a throw-in, but allows his team to reset. That was a one-on-one situation if he does not get that. A great lesson for young goalkeepers. Don't stand back on your goal. When your team is pressed high, go with them. Keep that 25, 30-yard distance from the last defender, no matter how far they go up, so that when those balls are played in over the top, you can get there before the oncoming attacker. Something that won't even show in the score sheet, but in essence is a save for Yusafa. Just a fantastic job. Excellent, skilled goalkeeping there. MSI wins it, getting quickly into the attack. Elias from his defensive position, not quite able to catch up with that one. But that's exactly what they're going to look to do. They will continue to attack. They will just burn up the flanks with the outside defenders. Again, Elias was into the attack more than just about anyone else all last week for the 70 or so minutes he was in from his outside defending role. Hybrid's got some numbers, again, slotting it through. Yusafa comes out this time, able to get there and just corral it at the top of his penalty area. The clock has started, the time has started. Again, the new law. So once a keeper collects and corrals the ball with their hands, they have 8 seconds. The referee will do the first 3 in their head, and then will put up their hand for 5 at the 3-second mark and count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If they get that last finger down, then it goes to a corner kick for the opposing team. So your sophomore was down to about 2 seconds to go before he released that one. But the fact that the referees have to show the final 5 visually, it helps goalkeepers, and so often they hang on to it. All right, MSI with a throw-in. We seem to have some hugging and possible tackle. Referee says no. Njai certainly looking for it. Did appear for a big guy, went down a little easy. Forwards will do everything they can to collect that call. He was inside the penalty area, so it would have been a PK had he gotten the call. Refs are going to make sure about something like that, especially early in the game. Once you give a PK call, then you're obligated, in essence, to give one for that same amount of contact the rest of the game. And sometimes refs get themselves in trouble making a call like that early in the game, and then they find themselves doing it repeatedly all game. MSI just knocking it around so patiently out of the back. Finally, it's on the outside. Amato has it in the middle. It's in no hurry. Puts it right on Lineham's foot. Ottemeyer back through the middle to Martini. Right on his man, Alt. That confrontation will draw a foul. Defender did not get booked, but he did get a warning from our referee. MSI certainly would have loved to have seen a card for that, but that's what coaches do. They stand there and yell for cards. Taking their time, working it out. Alt has it. Down the line, little miscommunication. He was trying to find Lynham streaking down the side. Lynham was looking more for a ball played to feet to take it inside. Nice little turn there. Daryl Greenwood took it on his chest, spun, just ran out of real estate. Nifty little play there by the hybrid midfielder. Hybrid will usher this out. Goalkeeper's Jairo Caceres today for hybrid. He will play this, certainly looking to go long. Nobody within 35 yards of the goal for the hybrid team. Up and over the top. MSI will let it run out for a throw-in. Out here looking for options, well marked by hybrid. Njai made a run in. Ball went out. They're going to go for a quick short option this time. Shorefel Asres came and collected it from his center midfield position, number 15. They're now looking patiently, going to knock it around. They have Alt. Alt's looking up over the top, tries to slot it through. Had Meyer if he could get it through. Nice piece of defending there by Hybrid. We have kind of a rodeo situation going there. Call went against Hybrid. Ball slotted through. Caceres collects that, no problem. He's got a couple short options, although they're pretty well defended by MSI. So he'll take this long. Plays it nearly to midfield stripe. Hybrid on it, well defended. And it just went out. Tried to play up over the top there. Greenwood and Bridge Bossy are up top, 12 and 18 for this Hybrid team. Looking to get balls played up over the top. Ball slotted through, and the flag goes up. But yeah, just offside. Of course, the player is arguing it, but the vantage point up here looked like he had about a yard head start there. Center forwards will never believe they're offside, and center defenders will never believe that they committed a foul. So it's fair. Goes back and forth. Hybrid pulled high, pulled hard. Nice piece of defending on their part there. Ball won by MSI. Second ball collected or shielded out by Hybrid. Nice play by Obi, number 14, not here for Hybrid. Drops it back. Eamon will go ahead and take the throw. Outside back. We have that recorded as Amato's first head of the night. Again, was credited with 13 last week. MSI looking for their in and out and up over the top. Flag does stay down. Has runner streaking far side. Oh, nice piece of one-on-one defending. Oh, fantastic job there on the outside. We believe that was Eamon again, number 3. Had the dangerous Alt thought he was going to be able to get around his man, and just fantastic one-on-one defending in the corner for Hybrid there. Here on the outside for MSI, big number 26, Keo Rahovi, doing an excellent job from his right back position. Nice big force, standing well over 6 foot. Ilias from his left back position, streaking down. Oh, finds his man patiently, has Njai, the game's first goal scorer. Njai goes for a left-footed shot, well defended. Njai's coming back and will get called for the foul, push from behind. Sometimes as a referee, you see things coming 2 or 3 steps before they do. Once Njai lost that ball, he was on a mission to win it no matter what, and he got a little bit of ball and a whole lot of player in the process. Little bit dangerous, but Amato just never wavers and just never seems to be concerned. His pulse doesn't seem to go up a single beat, even in a case where it's a one-on-one, and if he loses it, it's almost a certain goal. Amato is just such an asset for this MSI team. Those of you that coach know that you don't ever go to a 3-back system unless you just have so much confidence in your center, in your backs, especially in your center back. And that MSI does for sure. They're going to play it. Oh, may have had an opportunity, had his man streaking, looked like he might have had it timed well if he could have played it up over the top to line him. Elias wins this, slots it down, Has Meyer, slides it across. Oh, just a yard or two, but excellent. MSI's not giving up on it. Slides it back, has out. Is looking far post, plays it across the middle. Meyer, but fantastically defended there by Walker. Just stepped in front. This hybrid squad obviously came with the idea that they were going to have to defend and really defend individually in many one-on-one situations, both with and without the ball. And they've really shown well in that situation tonight. The one goal was just a ball that was slotted and timed through perfectly. MSI was just a step or two onside, perfectly timed at stride, and then banged it home well, far post, beating Caceres, who had decent position, but in a one-on-one, players at this level, it's not going to come out very well for the goalkeepers. Martini played it to Asres, who slides it back to Amato. He's got his head up, pulse down, looks to slide it out. Ball won there in what was a dangerous position for Hybrid. They had Greenwood streaking and just couldn't quite connect. He went inside, the ball went outside. All right, they find him now. It's good little player, well skilled. Slides it across. OBE just not able to quite connect with that. Hybrid's not far off here. And if you're just joining us, scoreline on the board is correct. 1-0 MSI. We're into about the 24th minute or so. Nice piece of defending and a great ball up to Greenwood there. From Eamon. Proven to really be holding his own. Here's Lynham. Has the ball, slides it across. Has MSI. MSI tried to go for a back heel. And then a somersault. Throw in for MSI. They're going to look quick. Well connected, well covered there by Hybrid. Meyer tries to get it. Eamon is just holding the back line there for Hybrid. Just 25 minutes in, and Eamon's already had a great game. The number of stops defensively that he's made in a one-on-one situations. As a former college defender, outside defender, love to see the outside backs really holding their own and doing a great job. Oh, a little confrontation there. Youssef got there and decided to shield it, and player came through hard. Had a little bit of a hockey hip check going on. Referees say all within fair play. Players allowed to shield a ball as long as they are within 1 yard of that ball. You can't shield a player off and just guard the player and not the ball if you're more than a yard away. So Youssef was well within his ground there, did a good job. It's not a little guy with a little frame. Without really having a save recorded today, Youssef's already had a good game and shown himself well. And here they are using him again under pressure. Not phased. Fantastic ball. He finds to Lynham. Lynham's looking out here to Alt, looking for a little 1-2 play. Finds it. Oh, that one goes off Eamon's leg. He's got MSI streaking down. Alt tries a little crafty touch around the defender. Knows that it just got a little heavy, got close. Caceres came flying out. Moves well for a big guy. Not a force that you as a forward want to see coming at you. So well played. Greenwood not able to control that. MSI will reset. Got Martini in the middle. They look back, but they instead choose to play Lynham forward. Eamon well defended. Calling for a handball, but certainly with the new U.S. soccer guidelines, a ball just hit up into a defender's hand when he doesn't have time or space to move is not a handball anymore. Ball went to MSI, not to the agreement of the hybrid bench. MSI will slot it, drive in the middle, finds Lynham, shot, oh, and Caceres goes well down hard, low to his right. Does a great job with a strong hand to get that ball shielded out. And Ilias will take this. This MSI team is just so dangerous, and you can literally see practice sessions in play. Ball goes so quickly from goalie to defender to midfielder to outside player to inside threat. Just doesn't take long. MSI's players high. They're breaking in low. Low and driven into the middle. Got over the head of Caceres, something you never want as a keeper. Njai uses long legs to play that. Alt will get the touch. Look to play it back. Keeps it in. Does a nice job. Asferis gets it. Playing this back to Rahovi. Rahovi knocks it out to Martini. Over the top to Meyer. Once again had Ilias breaking, but just a little outside. Ilias is listed as a defender. He is playing in an outside midfielder role. Does get back to defend, but it's really more of a sunken left wing, left attacker position. He is into the attack far more than he is into the defense. This MSI team trusts their back three so heavily that they can just rely on them, leave guys high, and then when they win it, they've got players in position quickly and just make things happen so fast, so smooth. This MSI team is a lot like a Floyd Mayweather type of puncher. Just will defend and defend and defend, not give up anything defensively, and then counter, and before you know it, you've been hit 4 times. Njai with a little bit of a back heel, not quite able to keep it. Throw coming into Johnson. Hybrid able to keep possession here and then just gets knocked out. Turn off the sound. See if you could find, we off. Volley, Caceres with a fantastic one-arm diving save. What a beautiful play. Again, 4 touches. They played it across. Ilias played it in. Meyer had it. Instead of trying to force it, just a touch to Njai. Njai had a flying volley, and Caceres had a flying save. Whatever you can do, I can do better, Caceres said on that one. What a great piece of soccer at a high level. Kind of fun from both sides there. Rahovi playing it. Greenwood's on it. Gets a shot. Oh, a little dangerous. That ball looked like that just skipped off the top of Amato's shoe. As a goalkeeper, as soon as you see a shot take any deflection, your stomach just drops because anything can happen, and whatever does is too late. Lynham trying to get it out. Him and Old have been connecting well. Not quite able to on that one. Greenwood kind of engulfed there by Rahovi. Much bigger defender. Did an excellent job. Looked like he had won it, but referee Cruz says we're going the other way. A little bit of hand holding, but no damage done there for Hybrid in the back. Folks, we have a 1-0 game. Without a doubt, more pressure has been applied by MSI. Caceres has come up 4 or 5 times big. Youssef has not had to make a save with his hands, but has come out a couple times. Ball slid across. Had NJ open about 3 yards out, but a little too deep. Caceres did an excellent job. Caceres is shown to really be a master of his positioning. He is right where he needs to be each time. Amato with the header up over the top. NJ trying to get it. Ball is flicked out by Hillis. Re-won by MSI. Lynham or Ilias on it. And that one slips through. And we do have a penalty kick. So as the shot came in, and then it was hard to tell whether Caceres got hands on it or it just deflected off a defender's leg. And NJ was making a strong run on it. And then the defender kind of came in, or not kind of, but came in from behind. Did get a touch on the ball, but getting the ball is not enough when you completely plow through the forward. It was really unlucky. It was about the only thing the defender could do. Looked to be Hillis. We do not see a booking going in. Hillis is kind of floating around. Battle of our number twos here. Hillis will take the PK. Hillis not happy about the call, not wanting to get out of the area. Does now. Referee ready to signal. Hillis with the PK. Leans left, slots it right. Nothing Caceres could do. Caceres covered a good bit of ground lower right, but the ball went high left. And we have goal number 2. Here at the 33rd minute mark. Hybrid certainly not excited about going down 2, but 33 minutes in, and that was only the second one this strong, potent MSI squad was able to poke in. Hybrid not with the official shot on goal yet, but has been able to get into the attack. Keeper Youssef has had to come as much as 35 yards off his line to collect balls and keep things out of harm's way that would have been dangerous. So Hybrid certainly not out of this by any means. They're going to want to keep defending well, and then they're going to look to really bust out in their counter attacks. Without a doubt, their most dangerous player in the attack has been number 12 out here, Greenwood, looking really slick and quick, defending well there, slides through. Martini trying to get a foot on, almost pulled off some magic, but instead the other number 6 was able to get it, being Johnson. Johnson plays it up to Salvador. Salvador slots this back to Obi. Obi trying to slide through, looking for a shot, still looking, get it off, but well defended. We counted 7 MSI players there in the penalty area. This MSI team plays with such discipline. You can see what coaches work on. When you go up between 4 and 8 deep, and when you come back 6 to 8 deep. They really look like there's about 14, 15 yellow jerseys out there. Every time you look, there's 6 or 7 on this end and 6 or 7 on that end. It's exactly how you defend and defend well. They are playing and preparing for higher competition later on, and they will really need that. Amato pressured from behind, loses it. Nice piece of defending by Obi. Hybrid staying on it. Nice little flick, able to keep a possession. Little battle going on the outside. They win it across. Had Greenwood, but Rahovi there. Rahovi able to clear it out right before it got to Youssef. They find Greenwood. Without a doubt, their best opportunity of the night. It just was hit a little hard, a little past them. Greenwood would like to have that one back. Tried to go far post, and with the angle he had, he didn't really have it. So he knocked it all the way out, not even for a goal kick, but for a throw-in. I think if he had it back, he would bang that near post. Maybe even bang it at the keeper's shins and look for an opportunity for a deflection. But it's that quick, folks. MSI had a couple passes. Hybrid got pressure, won the ball, slid it out to their most dangerous player, and he had a left-footed shot from the left side that almost made this a 2-1 game. the thing with our great sport of soccer and basketball at this point. Game's already in the 40s. It's a 2-1 soccer game, so that means that, or it's a 2-0 game, excuse me, means 1 goal there by hybrid, and we have a 1-goal game. So even though MSI has put the pressure, hybrid is still right there, right in it, and they know it. A little bit less than 10 minutes to go. Find Lynham up top. Joski Denise, excellent job of one-on-one defending. And Jai is now loose, has it, slides it back. And Eamon once again just coming through and clearing stuff out and saying, not in my house. MSI will take their time on the throw in, looking to get more bodies ahead. Another piece of fantastic individual defending. Hybrid will get it. Not much room to do anything with this MSI team. Referee will go and check on an injury. Yeah, I got about 6:45. No. No, you ask a smart question to a dumb guy, you get a dumb answer. But 9 minutes to go plus whatever you ask for this. Okay. Hey, can you guys do me a favor? See if you can get the outside left defender for MSI. No. I need a number. These white numbers on yellow too. So that was a guy that came up with that. No woman.
The guy on the left side?
Yes.
Matt Capellini? I think he's 21.
Is that Capellini? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
I just know that because I know who he is.
Well, that's why I asked you guys.
Yeah. I know who he is.
Thank you. Yeah.
21, Matt Capellini.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
You got better eyes than I do.
Those numbers doesn't help.
That looks like a white or just outline them. Put a green outline on the white one. Thanks, guys.
Box.
Thanks, Mo. All right, folks. Not sure if you heard any in the backstage stuff. We're trying to find a number here. MSI plays this out. We know that number. That's Francis Meyer. Gets the shot. Oh, and an excellent deflection. Looked like Caceres made that save with his feet. Think he was leaning one way. Looked like it might have taken a deflection before him. Again, goalkeepers and deflections are not friends. It was the outside defender, number 21, Matthew Capellini, whose number we've been trying to find. Ilias has come all the way from the left to right. Oh, and we talked about Amato and his heading ability. Typically, it's out of the back. This one, they send the giant 5'9" defender into the mix, wins the ball, puts it on goal. Caceres with yet another save, deflected it up over the top. They go far post this time, kind of over everybody. MSI not able to track that down. Eamon's going to try to get in quickly before they're able to reset. Not able to. Surafel, Asres was able to chase it, but not quite get there for MSI. Nice little touch by Meyer. Weighted that pass so well. Tenjai, not much room to get it through. A little bit of a collision. Njai called with his second foul. Oh, fantastic ball. Slid up here to Salvador. Nice piece of one-on-one defending now by MSI. What you can do, we can do as well. Now they've got Njai slowing down. Ilias across far post. They find Ilias. Oh, what a fantastic unselfish touch. And then the save of the year by Caceres. Ilias looked like he had a shot. He played Lynham wide open in the middle. Lynham one time did. Caceres seemingly was in three places at one time, making a fantastic save. possibly not using just his hands and other body parts and maybe parts we can't mention on air. But goalkeepers will tell you that your job is to make the save and to use everything God gave you. Hands are advised and recommended. But those of you that have seen Scott Sterling on YouTube know that sometimes keepers use their face and other sensitive areas when necessary to make the save. Without a doubt, for Hybrid, Caceres has been their first half man of the match. Really showed himself well back there, has kept them in it. Again, we're in a 2-0 game, and Hybrid has had a couple chances. Greenwood had one not too long ago, just missing getting it on frame and slotting it in. So we are far from over at this point. MSI, without a doubt, about 70% of possession, but no points for possession in soccer. Almost a giveaway there deep in the MSI end. Amato gets it, slots it over the top line. I'm fighting for it, 1-on-1. Another piece of fantastic defending. Lynham going a little bit on a slip and slide there, unnecessarily, but trying to get a call. No call there. Martini bangs it, finds Cappellini. We sound like we're talking about coffees. Slides it out. Has Alt in the middle. He's driving in. Eamon, yet another fantastic piece of defending. Lynham going for it, and then well defended there. Amaya doing an excellent job. And Lynham will get called for the push there at the end. Amaya going body to body with Lynham there in the middle. Big number 17 for Hybrid. Excellent job. Used his body, just got the shoulder in front. Many folks watch soccer games for the goals. Those of you that have played this from a defender, goalkeeper standpoint will really be enjoying tonight's game. Some fantastic defending and keeping. And as we talk about it, there we go again. Lynham not able to get on the score sheet yet. And Caceres has just thrown his body around again. Is a big, strong young man, but gets down as quick as anybody we've seen in this league. Really doing well. You could tell he's got some bumps and bruises and he's hurting, but trying to get through the last few minutes here. We're into the 44th minute. We might have a minute or two of stoppage time added for the injury. Ball slotted across, head on it by MSI. Amato again getting a head on it, way up in the offensive end. Headed it down, but it just skimmed his forehead. Looked like he just bent a little early. Heading's all about timing. If you could wait till the ball's almost on your forehead and then snap, that's when that ball seems to just rocket off. Amato was well defended, and again, not the tallest guy in the world. Did a great job to win that. Ilias coming way over from his left side. Ball slid across. Martini's on it. Or excuse me, Cappellini, our other coffee. Slides it across. Rahovi up in the middle, finds Meyer, who always seems to find space. Oh, another nice piece of defending there. Hill has just got a head on that, otherwise that was sending MSI through. Going long shot! Caceres again gets a hand on it. Seemed to possibly have deflected that up off the upper bar, but the referee says no, that was just the soccer crossbar. What a fantastic save. We believe that was Walker that ripped that. No. So a nice piece of defending there by Hybrid. He slid down to block it, sort of like a hockey defender would. And it was kicked into his arm, and the new guidance by U.S. Soccer is absolutely, positively not a handball for players on the ground, and their hand is with them, and their hand is used to post them up, and the ball hits it. So excellent no call by our referee crew. MSI will, of course, be asking for it. Amato seemed to possibly have gotten a push from behind there. It does go out for an MSI throw. We did see the referee crew is adding 1 minute, minimum of 1 minute. Oh, Inside with a little bit of a flying back heel, really creative and acrobatic. Greenwood plays a fantastic ball up and over. Youssef again does an excellent job coming out. Amato goes tumbling over, trying not to take out his own goalkeeper. Boy, this last 2 minutes of this half has been frantic. We've had a couple calls, close no calls. Got some guys getting a little frustrated here. Bodies flying around. We're in week 2 of the season, but you would think that you were either watching a playoff game or the last week of the season with one of the teams needing to win to advance. Teams are selling out, going out, everything they've got. So, folks, there you have the whistle, the 2 beats to end the first half. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, MSI Pro, up 2-0 over Hybrid, but a really close, hard-fought game. Folks, this is Matthew Thomas with expert on the camera, Donovan. We will be back with you in about 10 minutes. Folks, welcome back to Hammond High School. Matthew Thomas here with Donovan Wallace. Dono's doing a fantastic job on all of our technical side. Thank you, Dono, the man behind the camera without a voice. We appreciate all your hard work. Okay, heading into the second half, we can see one change already. Hybrid will go to a new keeper. Elijah Wormley coming in. Not sure if Jairo Caceres is injured. Looks like they're just using both keepers. Boy, Caceres showed himself well. We have him credited with about 11 saves and only giving up 2 goals. That's hockey style numbers. What a fantastic job for Caceres back there, making some unbelievable, had 1 save without a doubt, the save of the year that we've seen so far. A volley wide open in the middle. Lynham had it after an incredibly unselfish pass from Ilias, who could have possibly put it away, instead slotted it across, and looked like for sure Lynham just was going to bury it, hit it solid, and Caceres just came out of absolute nowhere, had to guard Ilias on the initial potential shot, and then flew across, only got a hand, maybe other body parts on it, and just knocked it in front, and then his MSI defender, or excuse me, hybrid defenders were able to clear it out from there. We will make note of any other changes that we see. Again, in the UPSL, once you sub, you are out. So not a whole lot of subbing going on, and typically you see it. We do see that number 10, Pierre Corneille, is in for Hybrid. Not sure if he was in earlier. We see him now. We don't believe that he was. And Abdul Adenji is in here. So looking like they're putting in some fresher legs. They're going to a 3 forward. And right away they go up over the top. Try to find Corneille to flip it up to Adenji, and just over Corneille's leaping head. MSI plays it out here to Ilias, slides it up, maybe a little push. Hybrid's been pretty adept at a couple of these little subtle shoves in the back at just the right time. Corneille gets it, slides it across. Another plea for a handball. Oh, finds his man. What a fantastic. Boy, Cal Simmons seemingly saw what no one else on the field could see. Had Corneille wide open, or not so wide open, barely open in the middle, and just slotted it through everybody, put it right on his foot. Wasn't able to do much as he was fairly well guarded, but found his man when no one else could see that. Johnson gets it deflected out by Njai. Hybrid throw. Walker here on the outside, playing the, looks like the outside right back for Hybrid. Takes the throw, gets it in, does get knocked all the way down and out. So we will have a goal kick coming for MSI. They had one earlier that led to a goal in about 4 or 5 touches. They will play this short to Amato. He will look it up through the middle, possibly Martini. Slides it over, goes over Meyer. Tries to get Ilias. Well read, well defended. Walker again reading and stepping in hard, doing a nice job. If you're defending this MSI team, keeping the ball off of Ilias's feet, in this case his hands, a great throw in that leads them. Njai, a little bit of tugging, finds Lynham, going for the long shot, deflected, Njai looking for it. Aspress had the shot, Meyer on it, cleared out by Hybrid. They're looking to get into a quick counter. We heard communication from the coaches there at halftime that they absolutely want to look to counter and counter hard. Again, they've gone to an additional forward up top. Oh, fantastic ball again by Simmons. Greenwood just not quite able to get on it. Amato came all the way over from his center defender position. Cappellini headed that out, played it to Meyer. Meyer trying to fight Njai. Another great piece of defending by Amaya. This hybrid team has really impressed me with the individual defending that they've had on the outside with their one-on-one with their outside defenders against attackers from strong MSI attacking squad. And now they're into the counter. We've got 4-on-4, one trailing from each to make it a 5-on-5. Greenwood just slots it a little bit further ahead than he wanted to. Yusafa able to just collect that. Amato back on it. Amato's always looking head up, trying to find the most dangerous position. Martini there made a nice turn. Was able to slide it up to Asres, but they're not able to keep it. Amato is pleading his case vehemently there. Certainly got ball, did seem to come through defender's legs there. And doesn't seem to agree. So often players will just argue the case that I got the ball first and all ball. But even if you get the ball, if you then go through a defender, referees are absolutely instructed by both US Soccer and FIFA to make that call. Okay, so Simmons and Corneille are on this. Simmons on the right foot, Corneille on the left. Looks like a shooting opportunity. There's only one or two guys for a possible volley. Yep, Corneille goes up over the top, left-footed, easily corralled there by Youssef. We believe that that is Youssef's first recorded shot on goal save. Again, he's been really strong with his feet. He's come out, collected balls that would have been trouble. But it's the first time he's had to actually make a save. Whereas we had 11 recorded in the first half for Caceres. Hybrid has had the flow of the attack here, and there's a second save. So in the second half, the play has been much more in the offensive end of Hybrid, defensive end of MSI, whereas the bulk of the first half was down the other end. Not completely, but without a doubt, 60% or more. Now MSI's going. They're still in a 4v6. Good defending back by Hybrid. Got 7-8 players behind the ball. Martini slides it over. Rahovi to Amato back here to Cappellini. Cappellini gets it up. Oh, Meyer almost able to break through with that. Just was not able to corral it in such a way that he could take it at pace. He had the defender split if he was able to. Deflection up and over. Oh, a fantastic piece of defending there by Cappellini. Kind of a last-ditch effort. Otherwise, we were looking at a 2v1 going in for Hybrid. Hybrid winning the ball here with Adonji. Now it's up for grabs. Njai has it. Got hugged and pulled and held. But referee says advantage, play on. Oh, and Lynham looking for his first chance of the night. And a fantastic piece of defending there by Hillis. I don't think Heinemann realized that he was that close. Nice slide there. Greenwood gets that, gets it out. Cross coming, has a man. Far post has Corneille. Corneille has it on his left foot. Oh, and just able to get a deflection defensively. Again, this MSI team absolutely leads the league in defensive shots blocked. Just continually gets it. Elias and Njai not quite able to connect there. Folks, you can hear that this is getting heated. MSI realizes that they're in a fight, and Hybrid's really taking it to them. Two hands through the back for Elias. Corneille went down pretty hard. Hybrid with free kick about 50 yards out from goal. Cornel over here on this side has to be careful. He actually stepped off the field. That can be a caution, doing that intentionally. Meyer, nice touch around, has a guy on his back, not much going forward. Looked to slide that across Enjai. Would have been a fantastic ball had he been able to connect it. Again, one of those things that nobody else saw. Well played by Martini, back to Meyer. Calmly, Amato will look up, not much up. Back to Hovey, back to Youssef. Youssef's gonna bang this hard. Up, trying to find Lynham. Lynham fighting for that second ball. But Eamon just all over the field tonight, defending incredibly. And that's Eamon making attack, but Greenwood instead steps in. Greenwood has it dangerously on the end line, slots it across, had his man in just a toe deflection by Rahovy at the last minute. And then like we were talking about with Floyd Mayweather, some defending and then bang, bang, they are into a counterattack. Not quite able to get the numbers. Hybrid got more numbers back than MSI could get forward, so MSI will pull back. Again, this MSI team will win the possession battle in just about every game, but they are not your Barcelona possession team. They are looking to attack right off of it, and there's a case of it. Oh, and Enjai got a nice pass from Meyer. Not a lot of space, drew the keeper out, tried to slot it with the outside of his right foot. Might have done better to find Alt streaking to far post, but Enjai thought he had it. Enjai is the scorer of the first goal. Ilias has the second that was on a PK. Hybrid looking to play this across, not afraid to use their second goalkeeper into the game. Which is Elijah Warmley. Hybrid has it. You can hear players, coaches yelling, go, go, go forward. And that caused a little bit of a rush pass. This Hybrid team absolutely wants to counterattack and counterattack hard, fast, and with numbers. Which is the exact game plan of this MSI team. Although they're not usually on the back foot, typically they're more in the front foot. Here's a nice turn by Myers, finding some space, has his man, has Alt streaking down the outside, has a couple guys in, not quite there. Enjai was further back, he needed to pull that ball negatively if he was going in the center to Enjai, or hit it about 20 yards further, straight across the Ilias, breaking down the side. MSI dancing on it, Enjai on it. This MSI team being put under it a little bit more. You could see some frustration. They're not quite connecting, certainly not finding it quite as easy as they did last week. This is a good test for them to see if they can keep their cool and keep connecting. Wormley takes it out. Meyer almost intercepted that at pace. Not quite able to control it. Tried to flick it over to Lynham. Wasn't a connection they could make, but they do have Hybrid still bottled here in the back. Hybrid playing it out of the back. Amato stepping through. That will expose them in the back if Hybrid can get going here quickly. Youssef again coming well off his lines. Folks, that ball didn't go into the upper row. That ball went up and over the upper row. All right, we have some subs coming in for MSI. Justin Barnes, Elliot Eager, and Emmanuel Cuadio trying to coming into the game here. Verhovey steps out, Ilias steps out, and it looks like Nicholas Alt steps out. This MSI team is so strong. When they make subs, there's not much of a difference. Ilias, again, fantastic game and creating lots of trouble for the MSI squad, but the number of miles that he needs to put on his boots every game really doesn't make 90 minutes an option. Hybrid, without a doubt, has been the aggressor in the second half. There's a ball lofted up over the top. Fantastic bit of last-second defending by Capellini. And then down the line, but back into the hands of Hybrid. Greenwood with it, looking short, looks a little longer. Finds Simmons, man, draped all over him. Simmons shown to be just so strong and so tough. Has a frame also well over 6 foot. Very skilled for a big guy. Plays like a little guy in a big body, but then uses that frame when he needs to. Slotted up into the middle. Asres on it. Sub Barnes makes a great ball, finds Njai. That time he does look for the pass. Maybe that was the one where he needed to explode. Looked like he was even. Had he pushed that ball hard forward, might have been able to get a better shot or then really find Lynham, but Lynham had asked for it last time, so you could see Njai trying to do it. Now fighting hard with his defender. Njai is. Barnes throw well into the center of field. This MSI team has several guys that can get the ball 40, 50 yards into play. Such a weapon. It turns every throw in the offensive third into a corner kick situation. Adenja getting a flick, trying to get in the attack, not quite able to win it. Asres was there, able to defend, finds Meyer in the middle. Meyer goes down, gets the call. MSI being patient. Capellini here plays it to Martini. Martini loses it, but it does go out for an MSI throw. Cornel not in agreement with that. Slams the ball down. Meyer, an excellent job. Meyer seems to play the one-touch balls as well as anyone on this squad. He now gets it back, slotted over, finding some space with Capellini. Barnes was making a run, but a little too aggressively, too far. Looked like he was covered. Amato under pressure there. Shot off by Adenja, but well under pressure, went down in the process. Fantastic throw by Youssef getting it out. Meyer busts through the middle. Now MSI's got some numbers. They're into the attack. We've got a 6-on-5 situation. Looking for it down the line. Find Myers open in the middle, cuts it inside. Oh, just not able to get it across. Defender did an excellent job. Amaya there was able to just get a toe on it, which then went to goalkeeper Wormley. And again, unless it's an intentional pass that is perfectly legal, Wormley was able to collect it. Boy, you see every 50-50 ball is well fought by both squads right now, and typically somebody hitting the turf. Lynham has it. Slots it up to Asres, playing it down the line to Barnes. Barnes back to Meyer. Meyer has Martini as the safe option. Plays Capellini as fairly safe option on the other side. Capellini tried to slot it through to Lynham, not able to get it through. Simmons on it, well defended there by Njai, who really for a big forward does an excellent job coming back, winning balls into the midfield. Amato on it. That's a rinse and repeat. You could put that on a track. Amato to Martini, out to Cappellini. Again, sounds like an Italian law firm we got going on. Barnes able to deflect it. Amato steps in, and Amato will get called, and Amato will get booked. Amato's shown a little frustration. He did get a two-arm shove in the back when he was going up for a corner kick earlier that did not get seen. And then he had another one that he got called, probably got ball, and then some player wasn't happy about that. So Amato kind of pulled himself back. Typically he's a player that plays well under control, so he'll go back and get his mind together. Not one that you expect to see get a yellow and a second yellow. Coach Jason pulling Lynham over here to talk. Lynham's had a good game, and we've called his name repeatedly, but just not able to put one away yet. Was absolutely robbed by Caceres on 2 occasions in the first half. So Lynham has proven to be so dangerous, but frustration builds for a forward when you're in the play and getting opportunities and you're not able to slot them home. You just never know when your last opportunity is going to come. So we will have a sub coming in here. For hybrid, looks to be number 13, Jason Estudio. Christian Johnson hobbling off for hybrid after taking that shot to the ankles from Amato. Looking to be in a good deal of pain, a little frustrated. All right, ball banged in deep. Amato goes up, calmly gets ahead on that. Player was off. The offside came. And that was the player there at the end that took the extra touch that was called off. And that was Oliver Amaya that came up from way in his defensive position. Was just offside. MSI doing a good bit of arguing on a yellow card because Amaya did kick it after the whistle, and then they were using it for some gamesmanship to try to slow it down and waste some time. Pace of this game was so quick and smooth to start. It has really slowed down, getting a lot of complaining. Players that really should know the handball rules better, complaining and asking for a handball and nearly every play. Sort of like a U10 game with parents asking for it when it's just not warranted. But as players get tired and a little stressed, just kind of start to hear more. Ball played in the middle. Well headed out by Cappellini. Surfel Estres on the outside plays. Meyer with a nice little 360 spin, keeping the ball as if it was attached, Velcro to his shoes the whole time. Martini back to Amato, back to Cappellini. Just trying to bang it back and forward, side to side, trying to find some space. Estres trying to do it, was picked off. Cappellini's got a toe on it. Simmons plays a nice ball to Greenwood, just a little too far. Amato collects that pretty easy, slides it back to Youssef. MSI not going to be in a hurry, not going to force, but they're not a team that just sits back, not a team that we've ever seen park the bus. They will stay into the attack and in the attack mode. MSI would tell you that they probably should have 5 or 6 by now, believing there's 3 or 4 more on the scoreboard for them. Aspress defended, caused to go back. Barnes did an excellent job to track all the way back. Have the ball, the flag stays down. Slides it across, has NJ, flag stays down again. Flag stayed down, as did NJ. Tried to cut on the turf. This newer turf that doesn't have the black pellets anymore has a sand underneath, and some have actually gone to shredded coconut. The one complaint players have is that when you get a little bit of moisture on, typically dew in the morning and dew at night, it gets to be slick. NJ looked like he had his feet, made a cut, and next thing you knew, he was laying on the ground thinking about what could have been. NJ tried to kind of go into a bicycle kick. Amaya wanted no part of that, was not afraid of it, stuck his head in there, took the dangerous play call from NJ, the call by the referee. You will hear players yell for a high kick. There is no such thing as a high kick call in the laws or the rules of soccer, but when it is dangerous, when it is near a player, and especially near a player's face, it is to be called. Barnes has it, one-on-one situation, attacking Eamon. No, excuse me, Eamon's on the other side, attacking Walker. The ball went out, but it did go out for hybrid goal kick. We have a sub coming into the game now for MSI. This is Brian Kelly. Looking to see who they are pulling off. And leaving on the far side is Patrick Lynham. Again, really with a good game in the attack so often, not able to slide one home. Kelly would love to come in and show what he can do, possibly showing that he believes that he could be the number one starter up in that attacking 9 role. Again, soccer positions are all numbered. The foremost attacker is a 9. The lead attacking midfielder, center attacking midfielder is the 10 position. Goalkeeper, of course, is number 1. Playing up out of the back, 2 and 3 center defenders. Wormley looking to take a long kick, not quite as long as he was hoping. Just over the head of Kelly and then played back to him by his defender. Nice piece of defending, but the throw will go back to Hybrid. Hybrid has had the share of possession, the share of throw-ins, the share of shots on goal in the second half after MSI really dominated first. Oh, fantastic ball slided through. NJ is able to get it around in front, collects it, and slides it home. NJ with goal number 2. Wow, what a nifty piece of skill he was able to show. Got it around the keeper coming out, but somehow was able to get some inside spin on it so that when it went around him, it just sort of died and laid in front, and then it was nothing but a 9-year-old square pass into the far corner of the goal. So we have a goal. We have goal number 3. Same as goal scorer number 1. Katim Njai with his 2nd goal on the night. That is a big one for MSI. This hybrid team has been attacking and pressing and attacking. And then MSI quickly into a counter. Fantastic ball through the middle. Believe that was played by Meyer. Found Katim in a one-on-one situation. Did a great job to flick it around the keeper, basically to himself. And then easiest goal he'll score all year, slotting it into an empty net. Here in the 73rd minute, folks, MSI is taking a 3-0 lead. Greenwood, who's been so dangerous, Slots it back, looking to get it back, doesn't. They play outside. MSI really defensively disciplined here. They've got all 11 players behind the ball. You just don't see that in teams that are winning 3-0. Amato came busting through, wanted the call, could have actually been called himself for putting his head at the level of the foot. The ref decided to go with nothing either way. Martini to Cappellini. Asres over. Back to Amato, back to Cappellini. A little bit of pressure. Slides it across the outside. Oh, now it's the most space Martini's found all night. Has Kelly. Finds Njai streaking. Oh, that ball wasn't more than about half a yard too far in front. If that is either a touch slower or a touch further back. MSI with a handball. The hand was just a little further out from the body. Both the fourth official and the center official agreed. MSI did not. Greenwood on it. Nice piece of defending initially. And then we got a little bit of a touch push from behind by Martini. Corneille goes quick. Catches MSI off balance, but his forward quite didn't see it coming. Hit that just a little bit ahead of Walker. And now they've lost it. Meyer had Brian Kelly, but Kelly knew that he was about a yard offside, so he pulled back off of it. We've got two more subs here. Francisco Vieira coming in for our double goal scorer, Njai. And number 10, Abdur Nima, will come in for Meyer. We had mentioned on the broadcast last week that Meyer had not gotten onto the score sheet, but yet was so dangerous and such a part of the attack through the middle. Really seems to be their engine. Martini tends to drop back more defensively into that 6 role. Meyer plays more the 10, getting into the attack. Last week, right after we mentioned, Meyer did get himself on the score sheet, was not able to do so tonight, but was just such a dangerous option. Sub Nima going down, ref says we play. Walker has it, playing it outside, has his man, Adenjo with a little bit of space. He's marked, fantastic ball slotted through to Hillis coming from the back, and Hillis just not able to connect. That, without a doubt, was one of the top 2 or 3 chances that Hybrid had. Hillis has played a great game in defense, getting up, looks absolutely exhausted at this point, and I think that's what that was just tired legs. And now MSI in the attack. They find Vieira. He's got 2 guys. Looked to be kind of in between thoughts there. He had the initial drop, was not able to get his man attacking in. So then played it across, but a little too hard, up and over and in front of everybody. Looked like if he could have just decided a little sooner which of his 2 or 3 options he wanted, probably would have hit them fairly easily. That was Kelly was a safe option. Nice punt by Wormsley all the way up over and top of everybody. Taken down well by Corneille, who's on it. Slots it across. The studio plays it out wide. We see Hillis, who we know is exhausted, making that overlap run, and he has it, and then he will draw the foul. Amen on the ball, whose name we haven't had the call as much defensively. The attack's not been down his side. We'll try to serve this in from about 40 yards. Has about 8 targets at the top of the box. Finds one of them. He's looking for the turn. He's going to play it back to Amen. Opted to play it in the space in front of Amen, which led him into the defender. Had he played right back to Amen's feet, especially soft enough that he could have one touch, Amen might have been able to serve that back in with 6 or 7 guys into the box. But we will have a corner kick for Hybrid. Got about 7 players getting into the penalty area. They're driving. Comes high, middle of the box. Oh, got it right on Amaya's head, but then just deflected it, headed it right to our keeper, Youssef. Folks, we mentioned it's an absolute gorgeous, beautiful night. We now see back behind the goal about 7 deer coming up out of the woods. Their typical feeding time at dusk, making for just a fantastic view. Even the deer realize there's a good game going on here tonight. Ball deflected out. Capolini will get the throw for MSI. Tired legs. He's not in any rush to go chase that ball 40 yards. MSI getting a little bit of gamesmanship here, taking their time on every free kick, every throw-in. This is not the walkover that they thought they were going to have, especially when they went up 1-0 fairly quick and 2-0 in about the 30-second mark. They did just notch the third, but Hybrid's had some really legitimate opportunities since then. But MSI back in the attack. Asres on it. Finds Kelly. Able to slot it across. Trying to find Vieira. Vieira did a nice job kind of weaving and altering his run to get around the defender. Defender made a nice position defense there. Kelly back on it. Seeing some tired legs by some of these MSI guys that have been out the whole time. Ball slotted across and the flag does go up. Greenwood just a step ahead there. All right, we have another sub for MSI. We will try to get you a name here. Sure. What's his nickname? Baba? Bobble? Folks, I'm going to apologize in advance here. We're hearing something to the effect of Babelje Sonia. No, I'm not quite doing that right. I hear it goes by Bobble. So we're going to go with that. Babu, B-A-B-O-U, I'm being told. That is our friend Mohammed here from MSI helping us out. And we hear that that is a cousin that has come into the game. We do believe that is the final of MSI's 7 allotted subs. Coach Jason doing a good job to keep fresh legs. That ball is up. He is onside. He was in an offside position, but he was on his own half of the field. Oh, and he slots it home. Oh. And they do call it offside. They said that he had just crossed midfield before the ball was kicked. Had he been able to hold his run just a second or had that ball come a little sooner, and that call did not come until he had made contact, which is what U.S. Soccer's instruction is, because that way if anybody else comes onto it, So that was Francisco Vieira that nearly had his first goal of the night in the fourth for MSI. Again, just came down to a step or two that he crossed midfield before the ball was touched. So close. Eamon showing some nice offensive ability to go with this defensive night, and their player is offside. Youth making a fantastic move there anyway and banging it out. Looks like Youssef has injured himself and is calling for a sub. He is signaling. Backup keeper is young Jacob Wexler. Wexler looks like he's ready to come. Coach doesn't seem so sure yet. Youssef saying that he took a shot in the head. Wexler is a high schooler at nearby Einstein High School. Has his own fan club up here in the top row of the bleachers. And they're cheering wildly with Wexler entering one of his first UPSL matches. Dad can barely contain himself at the moment. MSI is definitely milking this for every minute they can. Referee crew can make the decision of how much time to add. So we believe that MSI has used their allotment of 7 subs. But there is an option because of a head injury, and that's what they are claiming. So we have come to a screeching halt. Looks like the referee crew is not allowing it. So the option then is if Youssef cannot continue and he has to step off, that a field player. So unfortunately, Wexler will not get his UPSL debut this season. Now they have caught that Youssef was playing with a chain illegally the whole time and making him take that off. So we will have a fair amount of added time for this, I'm sure, especially in a close game. Youssef seems to be in no hurry to get back and get his gloves on. It's a little bit of an odd situation here, folks. Not sure what happened. We did not see contact to the head. Youssef came out hard on the ball, made contact immediately, was calling for a sub. So again, if MSI wants to take him out, they would have to play with 10 players, and one of the field players would have to don the blue jerseys and blue jersey and white gloves. Youssef seems to be moving okay, and looks like we will finally get play restarted. So that was a good 4 to 6 minutes that took. So we'll see how much is added here. Again, if this were a game out of hand, would probably not be added or only a little bit. But in a 3-0 game that Hybrid has shown to really be in, I would expect the ref to add most or all of that time. Babu showing a nice little bit of skill coming into the game there. Dancing on it. Plays it over to sub Vera himself. Brian Kelly, also a sub, in for MSI. Getting a foot on it. Kelly went in the back, slots it across to another replacement player, Abdur. Abdorf pushing hard in. MSI wins it. Cappellini finds himself in a rear offensive position. Not sure what to do, but does get a corner kick out of the situation. We had a very rare situation there. We had a defender attacking against an attacker in the attacker zone, not the defender zone. Neither one of them looked completely comfortable in that scenario. But Cappellini was able to knock it off Cornel out of play. Oh, fantastic corner kick. Hit hard at the far post. And Wormsley did an excellent job to get a double punch. And then after about the second deflection, ball banged hard and low and was able to make the save. We have seen some fantastic goalkeeping tonight by both squads, by their ones and two guys. So we do have 5 minutes added. Which is about what we expected. One of the unique things to soccer, clock doesn't stop, but time gets added. Be interesting to see what they do in this year's World Cup. The last World Cup had some of the longest added time that we had ever seen, as many as 15 minutes for a half, routinely 10 to 12. Just not something you typically see. Oh, fantastic ball. Slides it across, has his man, and we have a goal. That was sub to sub to sub. Abdur Nima with the pass, slotted up. Von Brian Kelly, who again very unselfishly turned on his chance to score, slid it across to Francisco Vieira, who was wide open, just the keeper to beat, and had no trouble doing that. Hybrid still fighting. This game seemingly in hand. Again, we have some extra time added, but will be a tough task. Oh, fantastic double cut. Would have turned around most defenders. Amato just read it perfectly. Kept that left foot hanging out when he turned back into it. Oh. Vieira there called for the foul. Kicked into the midsection pretty squarely of the man guarding them for Hybrid, which was 21, Rennie Carbajal. Carbajal not very happy about that. Kind of pushing and hitting whoever he can since then. MSI will take their time with the throw in, playing hot potato with the ball. Headed out by Hybrid, be MSI's ball. Ball up over the top, quick throw it. Well read there by Jason Estudio. Otherwise, it was another break for MSI. Call was a foul there on MSI. Ball slotted across. Cornel went down, and he will get the call. It's always kind of interesting. Players don't seem to always pick up when the referee crews are using the communication headsets, referred to as comms. So they feel like the call got made because somebody complained, when 99 times out of 100, it was another member of the crew calling into the center referee, telling them that they saw something from a different angle, and then he makes the call. as a referee, the comm headsets are just the greatest thing to work with. Feel like you have 4 sets of eyes instead of 1. Amato gets another head, but this one skips by. He gets the third ball. They get it up quickly to Martini. He's looking to attack. Can he get this through? Oh, what a fantastic bending ball to Kelly. Martini showed some magic finding Kelly. Bent that just around the defender. Seemed like it wasn't going to quite get there. And the next thing we knew, it was right on Kelly's foot. Kelly looked to slide it across. Nice piece of defending there at the end for Hybrid. Jason Estudio stepping in. That was Amaya that they bent the ball around, whose legs have to be just like cement at this point. He has just played so hard, covered the entire field. Played all 90 minutes or so that we've had. Again, we were into stoppage time. We had 5 minutes added on because of kind of the odd injury and the substitution that never happened. Cappellini did a good job kind of drawing that foul. Looked like a combination of heavy legs and attempt to get the foul. Both worked in his favor. Cappellini and Babu Babu is making his run in the middle. Cappellini and Barnes standing over it. Cappellini will take it left foot. And the field goal is wide. Wide right. Not good. And there you have it, folks. We have time. In a game that was far closer than the score represented, Hybrid really showed themselves well. Keeper Caceres in the first half just played a fantastic game for this Hybrid squad. The final will be MSI 4, Hybrid 0, but a game that Hybrid can take a lot of good from. Folks, thank you for joining us on a near perfect soccer night. This is Matthew Thomas and the intelligent one of the crew, Dono, signing off. Dono will be on camera tomorrow for a bunch of Super Soccer League games up in this area tomorrow. And Noah will be on games. I have another game tomorrow night. So tune in to DMV Sports, folks. Like it, subscribe, come join us. Over 100 games this spring and early